welcome back again to DRS Entrepreneurship and Mentorship Academy. My name is Ms. AYODELE, and I have a special guest for us today. His name is Mr. AYODELE Endurance Honorable. Mr. AYODELE is an experienced financial business administrator, a management research consultant, and data and business consultant, an affiliate of SOWWISE International Academy. He is presently working at Ifakoijaya Local Government Council as the acting special legislative advisor to the ALO Chamber of FKG. You are welcome, sir.
It's my pleasure, ma'am. And I want to say a very big thank you for having me here today. Seeing these young entrepreneurs in the making gives me that joy. You see all things that makes me different from others. So, then you should begin.
Thanks for that. Now, the topic we are going to discuss today is power of imagination. Power of imagination. Before we go on to that, I would like us to tell us more about your background.
All right. I usually use this word young, energetic person and personality whenever I am asked about my person, because there's a very big difference between one's person and personality, who you are and what you are. And today, by the special grace of God, I am a happy man. I was born into the family of 8. I happen to be the 4th out of them. My parents are from the western and eastern part, the Yoruba, and then the eastern part of the country. Like I said, I'm the 4th child of the family and the 2nd boy of the family. And I've journeyed so much in my education pursuits, from being an academic graduate to a professional graduate, and also a master's degree holder. Entrepreneurship, project management, economics, financial management, financial administration, and the likes, and also when it comes to people's management. And I've also been privileged to manage different ventures of my own. But before then, I've worked in a series of organizations as a top executive officer in places like the Ed Credit Management, the Ed Finance, the Head Marketing, the Head Account, the HR, so to say that's Human Resources Personnel, the risk manager, and I journeyed to my own personal life experience when I realized that I'm a bundle of success. When I realized that potential in me, that I have that creative ability, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today. That is the power of imagination. I realized that the power of imagination is so strong on the inside of me. They have the ability to create the same way God created me. So why should I waste my time here? And that's why I journeyed to my personal ventures, where I've been able to set up different enterprises like SOWWISE International Academy, SOWWISE Venture, SOWWISE Air Clinic, Francis Clothier, which has to do with a fashion construction company, and SOWWISE Farm Initiative, which has happened to be an NGO kind of a foundation where we help people. And then to cut the story short, presently and the initiator also know that I am privileged to work with FKG, which is Ifakoijaya Local Government, as a senior legislative head, as well as the consultant on budget matters to the ALO Chamber of the House, also acting as a special legislative advisor, depending when I'll be officially, appointed in that position. But having me here today is a pleasure, because the essence of this project or this program is to bring out that innovation or that innovative ability in you, to make you realize that that same power that God has to create things and qualities that were not into existence and they came into existence, that you also have it. Not just here to school. Yeah, before I give a precise answer to that, you have three ways together. You have power and you have imagination. And then if you look at what power, I know some of us here are in different fields. You have those who are in the science, the art field, and some of us are this religion. The word power is derived from a Latin word called potere. Potere, spelled as P-O-T-E-R-E, potere, which simply means the ability to do. Potere, from the Latin word, ability to do. Now, if power is the ability to do, now if you look at those of you who study government, you see when they have universal definition of power. You can refer to power as an individual or an entity who has the ability to control or influence others to do certain things. So if power simply means the ability to do, then what is imagination? What do you want to do? Alright, we have two ways combined here, which is power and what imagination. And now, how many of us here do think? How many of us here do dream? Wow, you dream. So what do you dream about? Have you ever found yourself thinking about something? Or have you ever sat down to think about the past, what happened in the past? And what happens, what is happening in the moment, at the moment, and what you want to see that will happen in the future? Okay, now, let me answer your question. When you say power and we use the word imaginative power or power of imagination. Now, in simple terminology, the power of imagination simply implies the ability to create changes. You get what I'm saying? The ability to create changes. Or the creative ability to do something new. You get what I'm saying? Now I can break it down if you want. For the sake of this, because we are all seem to be entrepreneurs based on the class here. No one entrepreneur that does not have a creative ability to create something new, either through invention or through innovation. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Now, we look at the word power. I would say power and imagination. One, you have power. Two, you have the ability to imagine. Now, there is no way you talk about power of imagination or the imaginative power without linking it to the relationship of the triangle of time. The relationship of what? Triangle of time. Now, what do you mean by the triangle of time? It's an integration of your past, present, and the future. It's an integration of what? Your past, your present, and the future. What happens to me yesterday? What is happening to me today? And what's going to happen to me tomorrow? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
In other words, it's a link between the past, the present, and the future. Which to the scripture, we just write it, I am, how do you put it, is the same yesterday, today, and forever. It's talking about the time, the timeline. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
The timeline. Now, remember, when I use the word relation to your time, which is the past, the present, and the future. Now, your past is something you've done and you've forgotten it, right?
Yes, sir.
It is gone. A life, we refer to that as your tissue paper. Because when a man goes to the toilet and uses the tissue paper, is it still useful?
No.
So you throw it away, which is the past. Now you're not entering to the future. The future is unique, but where anybody can pick up about what is is happening today. So you're trying to link what has happened yesterday and what is happening today. Is that not so? And then your tomorrow, which is your future, will present your report card. So how do you now link these two together? That's where your imagination comes into play. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
That's where your imagination comes into play. I thought you asked me, what is the meaning of imagination? Because I said the magnetic power or power of imagination simply means the creative ability to do something. Have you?
Yes.
Or your ability to create something new. Because power is the ability to do something. Now, that's something new. Where did it come from? You must think about something. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
So now, what is imagination? In a clear, simple terms, imagination simply is the expression and the manifestation of your memory. The expression and imagination of what? Your memory. Man, there's something about me, and sometimes I find it difficult to express myself when sitting down. I don't know if this this honorable house could permit me to stand up a bit. Is it allowed?
It is allowed, sir.
Thank you, because a teacher should be the one that has the ability to impact what he has. Then also who he or she is, to also have the ability to impact what he or she has been taught. Now, when I say imagination is the expression and what? Expression and what?
Manifestation.
Of what? Memory. Good. It tells you that everybody has what? A memory. And everybody has the ability to express himself or herself. And whatever you express, it is bound to be seen. Is that also? What you see is what has been manifested. Is that also? Now, if memory actually, if imagination actually is the expression and manifestation of our memory, the question is, how does it work? You all want to be an entrepreneur, right? There are different forms or types of entrepreneur, and there are different ways you can go about things. Now, you should have that power of imagination. You should be able to imagine who you want to be, what you want to be, at what time. In other words, what do you want to be, where do I want to be this, why do I want to be this, how and where. When, what, why, where, and how. I call it W4H. What I want to be, where I want to be, when I want to be, and why I want to be this, and how do I intend to become this. Now I'll pick it one after the other so that we can understand this. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
Now, what does it mean to? What does the word expression means? Expression can be achieved in different forms. Pictorial views. You get what I say? The ability to move. You get what I say? The ability to present a particular picture in a form where somebody can understand you. For example, if I want to teach you about digestive system, system diagram, is that not so?
Yes, sir.
And start explaining to you how this thing moves. In other words, the movement, which is the process. How does this get into the mouth, down through the esophagus, down to the body, and finally comes out from the anus. That's stays, and the one that are not useful, it comes out in forms of what? In forms of what? Feces. Thank you, God bless you. Now, when you are imagining, it simply means that you are thinking. The ability for you to think afar. Ability for you to think. Now, you cannot imagine without having a sight. Without having what? A sight. Now, can a blind man imagine? Let me ask you a question. Can a blind man imagine something? Then if you say no, how has it been this possible for a blind man to do certain crafts? You see them knitting clothes, you see them sewing, and what you cannot touch, you can't have. You get what I'm saying? So these blind men have the ability to imagine, that is the ability to think. Foresee this is not with the optical eyes. You know what I'm talking about, the optical eyes? Limited vision. They can only see what they can see. But the ones that can see afar from the optical eyes are the eyes of the vision, which is the eyes of the spirit. Now, close your eyes for a minute. When I say for a minute, you start counting seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You're not closing your eyes. You're not closing your eyes. All right, we know. Did you see anything?
No.
You saw nothing. Somebody says yes. What did you see? No, serious. What did you see? You saw something not that clear, right? Good. If you say you saw nothing, that is not true. When a man closes his eyes, one of the things he would definitely see with the optical eyes, because he's not making use of the eyes of the spirit to see afar, is darkness. Is what? Darkness, because it is blunt, right?
Yes.
That is one of the colors of imagination, which we'll be talking about later. You get what I'm saying? Because imagination has different colors. You have the red color, you have the blue color, you have the black color, you have the yellow color, you have the purple. You understand? All of them has their own importance and the significance. Close your eyes and check what you saw. Somebody said, yes. Why are you asking? You imagine yourself to be a blind man. Those blind men were able to knit clothes. They were able to clear the farms. They were able to plant. Some of them are carpenters. Some of them even teach. How were they able to do these things? The power of your imagination. And you have to say, they see with the eyes of the spirit, which is not seen with the physical eyes. So now, when we say imagination, simply means the expression and the manifestation of memory. Now, whatever you think, you cannot imagine something that you cannot see. You can't see. Nice dress for a party. You start thinking. Your dad asks you, what kind of clothes do you want? Say, let me think. Sometimes, because you're telling your dad you want to think, you fall asleep. Sometimes at night, the discussion you had, you take them back to the brain. And you start thinking of the color of the dress you want. True of course.
Yes.
Sometimes you come up with a particular color. What do you think you've done? You've been able to imagine something. So ability for you to express what you can imagine is that picture of what you saw in your dream, that picture of what you saw in the day, that dance style, that writing ability, that musical ability, that creative ability, that football skill, that piano ability. You imagine me on the piano. Imagine me doing do re mi. Imagine me punching the keys without even playing with the keyboards. Have you ever imagined yourself holding a flute as if you're playing it? Sometimes you sit down because you ask your parents to get you certain things and they don't get you. You now start imagining yourself that you're playing those instruments. How many of you can tell the truth that sometimes you imagine yourself dancing even without a beat? Two of us. Without the music, without the sound. You just imagine yourself dancing. What you are actually doing is you're bringing your creative power into what? Into use. You just see yourself start dancing without beats. But you can imagine the beats. You can imagine the soundtrack. You can't dance. You can imagine I just start dancing. You're just dancing. Somebody think this guy is mad. But they never knew you were having your imagination state at that moment. Your mind isn't here. Your mind is far off. You imagine this. Oh, so I can dance this way. Or you're asked to come and do a presentation. And you find yourself in a closed door environment. And you now start thinking, they start thinking. Imagine me, I'm the teacher, I'm presenting this. Good morning, maybe you want to have a debate competition. Good morning, panel of judges, accurate timekeepers, co-debaters, blah, 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 blah. Nobody's there. Is that not so?
Yes.
You are imagining these things. Sometimes even in your sleep, you find that you are doing these things. What do you think you're doing? You are expressing that picture of what you are. Until the thing comes into reality, before you realize that it has been manifested. Now, when we say imagination is the expression and manifestation of what? Of what? Now, manifestation means physical sight. You can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it. Now, what is this memory? What is a memory? Do you have an idea of what memory is? Now, memory simply means an inherent what? Physical or mental faculty. An inherent physical or what? Mental faculty. Inherent physical or mental what? Faculty. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Yes. Now, when you look at memory now, you also look at the word faculty. So, I said memory is what?
The inherent physical and or mental faculty.
Sorry, that should be faculty is an inherent physical and mental memory. Not faculty is not memory. Faculty is a physical or mental what? Memory. Having said that, you look at, we said faculty is what?
Is the inherent physical.
Inherent. What is this something is inherent? What does it mean? It's inbuilt. It's inside of you. You get what I'm saying? So you draw it out. You do draw it out. Now, if I say I have a faculty of reasoning, it means it's inside of me. You get what I'm saying? So that faculty is an inherent or inbuilt what? Physical and mental what? Memory. Is that okay? That means I'm not talking about the faculty of a university. You get what I'm saying? Like a faculty of science. No. I'm talking about the faculty of a man, of a being. Now, talking about this aspect of faculty. Now, let's look at this. I don't know if you remember the book of Genesis. I don't know if you remember the book of Genesis. Now, let's see. Who created us first and foremost? God created us. Good. Now, let's look at the first creation in the book of Genesis 1. If we read that particular account, you discover that the Bible talked about it in verse 2. It said, the earth is without form and void. Then in verse 3, the Bible says, and the Spirit of God blew over the what? The face of the deep of water. And the Lord said, let there be light. There was light. What do you think happened there? Now, when you say imaginative power or power of imagination, it means you have the ability to think and then you act. Now, as the man who has the ability to think and the ability to act is called an innovative person. And once he's able to think and act, to bring that into existence, he becomes an innovative entrepreneur. Are you getting what I'm saying? It becomes what? An innovative entrepreneur. Is that clear? Now, a man might be, what do you call it? We talked about power of imagination. A man might have the imaginative ability, but might not have the ability to create if he does not act. That you are able to think and you don't act is a limitation. This is why a lot of people were able to think but they're not acting. That becomes a limitation. Now I said that to say this. When God says, let there be, and there was, God was initially thinking about something, to bring something out of nothing and make it life. You get what I'm saying? He thought about this. There was nothing yet. He started thinking. It was reminiscing. It was brooding. It was thinking. And a part of the spirit brood. You know what it means to brood? We have a mother hen. He has eggs, right?
Yes.
You see her each time she sits on the hen, and on those eggs, what she's doing is she's brooding over them, making the eggs warm for them to get to the maturity stage, for them to become hatched. That was exactly what God was doing until he spoke that word. You get what I'm saying? Speaking that word means acting on. You get what I'm saying? So thinking plus acting gives you what they call productivity. And that productivity is the imaginative power. Are you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
If you think and you don't act, you are not being imaginative with your power. You may have power, but you don't know how to use it. Is that what I'm saying? So one, power is the ability to work. Imagination is the expression and manifestation of what? Of our what? Memory. Now when you bring them together, it becomes a creative ability to create something new. Are you getting me now?
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we talked about power. We talk about what are the types of imagination that we can find ourselves in. What are the types? Any idea? So we say, imagine this, imagine that, imagine this. What are you imagining? Some people say, they use this word, imagine this, imagine that. They use it wrongly. You see the future, like I told you. You link the past to the present, then the present to what? To the future. I told you your past is your tissue paper, you're done with it. You're looking at your present, which is your newspaper, you're reading it. You're looking at your future, which is your report card. That means, what will become of me tomorrow? You get what I'm saying? So you start thinking. You start thinking. Why do you tell that? You say, when you see you're wrong with it, because you at that point, you're imagining what the future will look like. Is that not so? Now ask yourself, in 10 years' time, where do you intend to be? Sometimes some of you say, I want to become a medical doctor, right? Some say, I want to be an accountant. Some say, I want to be a lawyer. What do you think you do? You imagine yourself becoming because of where you are today. But you need to act. What does it mean to act? To study. You need to study hard now, so you can become that lawyer tomorrow. Your past was in the primary school. Your present is in the secondary school. Your future is a bit in the university. Graduating as a medical student, graduating as an accounting student, graduating as a law student. You get what I say? Until you become who you want. And when you become who you want, that is the manifestation of what? Your imaginative what? Power. Are we making sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, talking about it into the form of entrepreneur. Every man has the creative ability to become an entrepreneur. In other words, every man is an entrepreneur. But entrepreneur with differences. Why? Because some of us fail to use our imaginative power, the ability to think, bring forth those things that remain in existence into existence and then act upon them. Why? Because the Bible says God created a man after his own image and what is his likeness. His image is exactly how it looks like. His likeness is those attributes that make God God. That means the ability to think, the ability to create, the ability to work, the ability to be patient, the ability to have knowledge, capacity. You get what I say? These are some of the features which you have as an imaginative person. In other words, every man was born to be an imaginative person. Entrepreneur. Because you all are meant to be entrepreneurs, but with different styles. Anybody who's able to create something is an entrepreneur. You get what I say? But entrepreneur with differences. But now, what makes you a success is for you to become innovative and inventive. because I'm going to talk about that soon. So what are the types of imagination that we have? So what are the types of imagination that you think we have? We have the effectual imagination. We have the intellectual imagination. We have the dreams imagination. Okay, one, we have the effectual imagination. Two, we have the intellectual imagination, or what is also called the That's two, right?
Yes.
We have the dreams imagination. Dream. Can we dream? Dream, to dream, to dream, to dream. Can I dream? Can we dream? We have the strategic imagination. How many is that?
4.
We have the empathy imagination. Right? I will sleep here. You see, one of the ability of an entrepreneur is the ability to be able to think. Because what makes you innovative as an entrepreneur is constantly innovating, constantly renovating. It becomes a cycle. As you're thinking, you're acting. As you're acting, you're innovating. As you're innovating, you go back again. Because sometimes the innovation might be outdated because some innovation comes to existence. So you need to beat that. You renovate again. You go back to the thinking process again. You keep acting. Why? Because the world itself is competitive. Is that not so? The world itself is competitive. And you need edge over those people. And that's why your faculty of wisdom. That's what I mean.
That's 6.
Okay, let me leave with that 6. What does it mean to be effectual? Effectual, what do you call it? Effectual imagination simply means the synthesizing of information. You do know what it means to synthesize, integrate, to put together different ideas, different informations, different concepts to form one vision. When you synthesize, you bring information A, information B, concept A, concept B, concept C, you bring them together to give it one. Is that also? Now let's look at mathematics. What is the formula of factorization? Okay, now let me go there. Let me go there. You know, if you want to cook in the house, for those of you who are good cooks, I know there's not everybody that can cook. When you can condemn the food that is not sweet, yet you cannot cook those foods. Now look at it this way. The food that is cooked is someone's innovation and also someone's invention, because there's a difference between innovation and what? Invention. But a lot of people use them interchangeably. Even though both of them talk about creating something new, but they have two different concepts and two different actual usage. Now, that food you ate started from the process. The eba started from gari processing, right? They went and bought gari, and when you got that gari, what did you do? The water was boiled. Is that also? So you need time for gari, water, stove, or gas. All these are stages that the eba must pass through before it becomes what? Eba. Because that moment that you have not torn it is not yet eba. It is what? Gari. True or false? Which you can drink. Is that also? Eba is the solid one. You know what I'm talking about? So now, this is a gari. The gas on, and then put the gari, put water on fire. When water is hot or boiled to that boiling point that you need to pour the gari, you pour it into, right? And then you stir it till it becomes that thick and gives you the form of what? Eba. If you also try that same method using a cold water, will it give you that shape of that eba? What will happen? You talk to me. You cannot hold it and turn it like this. You know, if you use a boiled water that is needed for that eba, you can even wrap the eba, this you can throw it in the ceiling. Back when we were growing up, we do competition through the ceiling and see whose spoon will hang up there. When it's stick up there, then I'll hit your plate of eba. But the first, or you know, you understand what I'm saying? So now, but if you use a cold water to do that mixture, would you be able to give it that so?
No.
They look like, let's borrow your terms, presentation. Is that not so? Okay, I said that to say this. That those processes is about what they call innovation. Because somebody once invented EBA. Somebody is now using someone's method to do the EBA, which is innovation. You get what I'm saying? Now, that tells you that you have that creative ability to do EBA. But the person who becomes so lazy that refuses to do. Talk to me. He has it. But what is the problem?
He's just lazy.
He's just too lazy to do it. And so that tells you that every man has the ability to create because he is an offspring of God. When God created you and I, he gives you that creative ability. And that's what they call dunamis, the ability to cause changes, the ability to create something new out of nothing. So now, when we talk about effectual innovation, it simply is when you see this, and that means you are bringing gari, water, stove, and stick to form what? You cannot be heating alone, but you need what? A soup. Is that not so? Now, the soup also has to follow another process, depending on the what do you call it? The type of soup and the ingredients. God bless the ingredients you want to use. Is that not so? So when you do that, it gives you that. So that's another process. I get what I'm saying. So it tells that bring it together. A plus B plus C plus D is equals to ba.
Yes, sir.
Need you plus material plus machine is equals to this place. I think I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Now let me take it back to the fashion world so that you can for synthesization, that's integration. Now, in the fashion world, those of you who are attempting to go into fashion, there's something we call fashion illustration. Now, fashion illustration is a mental picture of what you want. Or what you want. Now, because it's a mental picture of what you want. So, ability for you to imagine things that you are thinking of how you want this dress to look like. And the course of thinking, you think about the size, the length, the neckline, the sleeve, the waist. Just mention them. And as well as the color. You see me talking about trying to imagine what I want. Because color plays an important role in the power of imagination. Because there's no imagination that has no color. How many colors do they say rainbow has? Why do they have 7 colors? Imagination. You get this? Because even the colors we'll be talking about imagination, there are 7 here. We'll be discussing. Then you begin to understand what kind of color would I love to imagine? Should I imagine the color of black? If I imagine black as a color to do something good, what is the effect? Are you getting me? What is the effect? So now when you look at these things this way, so you integrate it. So when you look at the fashion illustration, this is how I want it to be. What some people call sketching. It's called fashion illustration. The real terminology is called fashion illustration. So I'm able to take this what I want and I bring it down and I start sketching it. There are professional ways to sketch. You can sketch using the instrument, the software. You can use pen as well, manual. You get to sketch. Now I've sketched. This is exactly what I want. This is the picture of what I saw in my vision, in my dream, in my thinking. This is what I saw. And so I want it to be like. You get what I'm saying? Now you put it down and say, okay, wow, this is what I want. I'm talking about integration or synthesization. You brought it together. Now you brought that picture down. You take it to the designer. This designer is what they call pattern drafting. Sketch what you want. Bring it to blank. Sketch it with the pattern. Call the pattern. Put it on the fabric. Look at the fabric. Look at the style you want. Cut it, blah, blah, blah. Take it to the joiner. The joiner job. All these things are stages. Are you getting it? Now those different stages means you're bringing them together to give what? To give what? Do you think your proprietor or proprietress established this in one day? Oh, what do you think they did? The imagination power was based on effectuation. You actually brought in information, you brought in idea, brought in concept, and started integrating it. Now the next one is what? What's the next one? Type. Intellectual. Now, what does it mean to be? What does it mean for you to bring intellectual imagination to play? You're able to put the picture, the images of something you understand. What you understand, the images of things you've seen, you're bringing them together to form what you want. It becomes your intellectual property. You get what I'm saying? It simply means you're bringing in your intelligence. Because it's not all about gathering of information can only give you knowledge. But knowledge is not enough. You need a conversion of knowledge into wisdom. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If a man has knowledge, I cannot use that knowledge. Of what benefit is the knowledge? Of what benefit? You see a lot of professors, they are well informed. They are well informed, but they've forgotten the concept of information, transformation, and deformation. Now, when a man has information, he needs that information for transformation. When that information transforms that man, the man will not suffer deformation. In other words, we need information for transformation in order to avoid what? Deformation. But because they fail to understand that the information we gather should be converted into knowledge, and that knowledge should be applied to practically to give you wisdom. Let me take it back. Some of us do economics in school, right? We do economics in school, right? Some of us in school. When they say demand is, we have this definition of demand. What do they say demand is? If you remind me, my head is hot. You are giving me effective demand. I'm asking for definition of demand, direct demand, because you give me one of the types of demand which is effective demand. That's what you're going to. I want definition of demand.
Yes, goodness.
Okay, let me put it this way. What is the principle of demand? What is the principle of demand? Everybody gets it. A gift, but we tell you. What's the principle of demand? It's okay. Okay, let me help you out. You see what? It says the higher the price, the lower what? And the lower the price. Why did they say so? If you used to buy a plate of rice for 200 and you guys are 5, I'm talking about no. What gives you that creative ability to cause changes? You know that you were told that demand, or the principle of demand says the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded, vice versa. And then you used to buy a plate or a particular loaf of bread for 200 naira, and you guys are 5. Each time you go to India, Basira, you buy that 5 loaves of bread, the 5 of you, and you hit with the priest. But suddenly you went there after 3 days. You discovered that that bread you bought for 200 has increased to 250. And yet you guys are 4. You guys are 5. Would you be able to buy those loaf of bread at that same amount? Why? The price has increased by 15. So how many loaves of bread would you be able to buy now? 4 to 50. 4. Because of price differential of what? 5 naira. Is that also? Or 15 or so to 6. Is that also? Yes. So what have you done? You apply that knowledge you know. That has to talk about what? The principle of demand. So when you don't apply it, how would you know that only 4 of you will enjoy that bread? How? That is the thinking and acting. You start thinking. Oh, you only 2 hours. We are 5. And this bread we want to eat should be 5 loaves. But then, now, bread can be one can only buy 4 loaves of bread. Adjustment in our consumption. Because the principle of demand says the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. In other words, you need to cut your demand pattern. Is that also? Now, you've been thinking. Now, the only way you can get is to act. How do you act? By paying and acquiring it. That's another mistake because you sat down to think. Are you what I'm saying? So I want you to understand the practical application of all these things. You need to think. If you say you want to become a doctor tomorrow, how do you become? You're thinking, you're imagining. I want to become a doctor tomorrow. My tomorrow is not the nearest future, it's the far future because I'm still in this class. I need to graduate from SS2 or SS2, get admission to university, then 1 down to G6 to become that. You get what I'm saying? So what do I need to start doing now? I look at my past. I brought into the present. This is where I am today. I'm looking at tomorrow. How do I get there? I start thinking, who should be my friends? I need to pick those who are medical inclined students, who are science related, or who also want to read the same course. Are you what I say? As you're thinking, they're also thinking. Because they say like minds think alike. Or great minds think what? Alike. As I'm thinking, he's thinking, she's thinking. The same way. I'll start dressing like a medical doctor. My uniform, I would like to look at myself, let me put more white. I start talking like a medical doctor, then I am not one. Why? Because I want to become one. Before you know, people start calling you, doctor, I should Dr. Domoyi. Even when you're still in 7, why? Because you dress like them, you walk like them, you talk like them, and you act like them. The only difference is that you are not yet practicing. Are you getting me? But you're already yourself to become what? A medical doctor. That's what they call power of imagination. What's the next one?
Dream imagination.
Now tell me that man that never dreams, or tell that man is dying. Show me that man that never dreams, I'll tell the man is already dead. How can you live in this world without a dream? That is why am I here? What am I doing here? Why am I even in school? Why did my parents send me to school? If I don't have a dream. Apparently there's this man back there, and this particular group, while we're growing up, we had this song, the Plantation Boys. And they sang the song. My father used to tell me that dreams come true. Which means, if you can dream, you can have it. If you believe in your dreams, you can have it. Tell me, show me that man who has no dream, and I will tell that man is a dead walking corpse. Because he's living for nothing. Why would you live without a dream? So your parents just gave birth to you for nothing. So your dreams, imagination is about bringing the picture of what you want to become, the image. Now that picture comes with an image. That image comes with the character of what you want to become. It comes with an institution. It could be with a group of people or person. It also comes with the color. I told you, colors are powerful. Some people, imagine when they give you a doll baby. You know what they call doll baby? And that doll baby has the color of black. How would you feel? You don't get what I'm saying. You know doll baby? And the color of that baby is black. Even though they say we are black, but they don't give you a color of the baby black. How would you feel? Okay, imagine at night you slept and you woke up, there's no light. And there's this toy, black in color. All of a sudden you just saw it. Oh, how would you feel? You're scared. Why? So the color was black in the beginning. God said in the beginning, what happened in the beginning? How do you say in the beginning? Huh?
The one was without faith. And it was dark.
It was dark. Darkness represents black. Well, you and I were not black, we're colorless. That's the simple truth. You have that saying, because if you say black, this is your people. This is your people. Look at your skin. Are they the same? They're not. That's what the white men used to trick us. We're not black. So you look at it from this angle. If God does not appreciate that darkness which represents black, but they use black to represent darkness, something bad, wilderness. Why should I dream and have a black picture of what I dream about? Remember, every man has a dream. Any man that is successful should want successful man. 30 years ago, so many years ago, I was dreaming. I thought I wanted to become this. I told God I want to become this. Those were the dreams. Now, do you all have dreams? Talk to me like you meant it. Do you all have dreams?
Yes.
Okay, what is your dream? Be truthful, because the greatest lie man can lie is the lie lies himself. So, what do you think to become? What is that dream in you? Be confident. Or you're here without a dream. Talk to me. Are you scared? You want me to run away? Okay, tell me what's your dream. Can you hear her? You know the microphone? Huh? Hallelujah. Wow. Judge not so you may not be judged. Yeah, right. A lawyer, but a lawyer with difference. Because we have so many wonderful lawyers today. Do you understand what I'm saying? But be a lawyer with what? With a difference. And what makes you different? Your imaginative what? Power. That means to bring something new. That others don't do. I believe when you see cases from a different perspective, without bias. You get what I mean? Some lawyers, irrespective of the match you want to do today, they will want to stand for the truth. You get what I say? Because money is an influence. Is an influencer, so to say. Money can influence the truth, can also influence lies, depending on the angle you're coming from. So, young man, what is your dream? A soldier. A soldier. A military man. Why did you choose to become a soldier? Why? You want to defend us? No, you must have a reason. See, there's no action without a reason. And that's where we say the idea plus the action becomes what? Imaginative power or the creative ability. So now, you have this idea to become a soldier, and until you join them, you will not become it. So that is the reason. But why do you want to become a soldier? Okay, don't let us waste time. I was born into a military home. I grew up in the barracks. I thought I was going to be a military man too, but I was scared of carrying guns. But the man who is scared of carrying guns does not have the heart of a soldier man. So what am I still doing here? You know that my dad actually wanted us because my dad was a military officer there, and I had to go through NMS and NDA and become a military man. But I told him if I was going to become a military man, then I will go under the department called Financial Department. Let me see where there's money, so I can calculate money. I don't want to carry gun. But before then, I carried gun shower because then we do wear uniform, the camouflage and the normal, because we were in the cadet force. When I was in school, command secondary school, we carried gun, and days we wear uniform. But it's not that far that I carried those guns. My heart was not for it, because I cannot even kill a rat there, let alone to carry gun. So if you don't have the heart to carry gun, you don't have that heart to decide, you don't have that heart to say, yes sir, don't go into that profession. Alright, what's the next one? So I can just stop there and go to color.
Strategic.
Strategic. Now, what does it mean to be strategic? When you're looking at a strategic innovation, it's quite different from every other innovation. When you bring in information in a strategic way, that means the approach, the method, the approach, the pattern you use to achieve your vision, what you intend to do, should be strategic. You mustn't do things the way everybody does it. What differentiates you from every other person is your style. You may be selling the same products. For example, look at your school today. How many school does what you do here? How many school does what you do here? Look at you. You can't even. No, I'm telling you. Maybe you know this. I've been a teacher. I've been a lecturer. I've been a facilitator, even I didn't mention it here, for 22 good years now. You're surprised? I've taught in kindergarten, I've taught in primary, I've taught in secondary school, I've taught in polytechnic, I've taught in universities, I've taught in professional institute. And I also taught the master students, which I'm still teaching today, which I'm still lecturing. But there are certain things I see, there's grace here. There's grace here. We are able to life. It tells you that what you just did now, or what you've been doing of recent, is called innovative entrepreneur. You're bringing in your creative ability into reality through the power of imagination. Did we know about all this while we were growing up? No. You guys, say, clap yourself, you guys enjoy it. Very soon, people will be watching you online, because all these are online. People will be watching you. So now let's look at the colors. Let's look at some of the colors. Dreams comes with color, because sometimes there are certain clothes you wear in your dream. The house you want to build. You want to become a medical doctor. Remember that in medical school, you always put on white. Two of us. Yeah. Lawyer.
White and black.
White and black. Because even in Lasso, some years back, the instructors are all law students for you. The official dress code of a lawyer. In other words, this is start looking like a lawyer, start acting like a lawyer, start walking like a lawyer, so that in the short while you become what? That lawyer. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Yes, so now, we'll talk about colors. Let's start with blue. Blue is an imaginative color that talks about you being able to bring in informations, idea, and concept together to achieve something wonderful. You bring what? Information, ideas, concepts, and events, and make them meaningful. I know what I'm saying. So if you are dreaming or you're imagining, and you're not thinking, what should be the logo of this business? Let me use this logo of this business to be blue. It becomes a brand. Branding is essential in marketing. It speaks of who you are. In other words, branding is your identity. It tells people, once you see this color, this is the person that represents it. You got what I'm saying? And then the shape of your logo. It's all about bringing in the information, the concepts, the idea, and making them meaningful events. So blue is a wonderful color. Looking at this man, I'm putting up blue. Already, you don't pass. Because blue is a wonderful color. If you have blue in your dress, you have blue in your dress, they are all wonderful colors. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they are all about information. You're bringing information together. Do you know what it means to bring information together? You gather information for you. Now, it's like comparing a wise man to a wisest man. Dangote was not, or is not, that intelligent than all his workers. He hired intelligent people. In other words, he brought in wise men, gathered their knowledge, and became the wisest man. Are you know what I'm saying? He brought this, he brought that. He wasn't an accountant. He's not a lawyer. It's not an administration, but he brought all these expatriates into different fields. He used their knowledge and became the wisest man. So the wisest man is that man that uses the knowledge or the information of the wiser man to become what? The wisest man, because he combines this man's information, this man's information, this one's information, that person's information, put them together and make it wiser. Because it's just like saying, I have a bottle of Coke, you have a bottle of Sprite, Pepsi. All of them have different colors, right? Now, he doesn't have any bottle. He doesn't have any bottle. Now, he's asking for us to give him. If you take part of your quantity, I give to you an empty bottle. You take part of the quantity, I give to you an empty bottle. You take part of the quantity, I give to you an empty bottle. You take part of the quantity, I give to you an empty bottle. What do you think we have? We have a fuller bottle compared to you people. And not just a fuller bottle, a combination of all what you have. You will drink only Fanta, you will drink only Coke, you will drink only Sprite, you will drink only what? Pepsi, you drink only American Cola, but you drank all of you. In other words, a name becomes the status all of you. I don't know if you remember that story. That Todd said his name is Mr. All of You. So it becomes all of you. Because whatever you take, you keep them all. You only have one brand. So you consume everything. So he's better off you all. So he has understood the test of Fanta, Coke, Coca-Cola. Mention that because it's an integration of all this. What's the next one? Okay.
Empathy.
I've left the. Okay. No, don't worry.
Okay.
Let me since you mentioned empathy. Now, empathy is.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Empathy is not even what sympathy. What does it mean to sympathize? I want to imagination type. We don't use the word sympathy. We use the word empathy. Empathy simply means when you take the place of someone. You feel that person's pains. His joy is your joy. His sadness is your sadness. You get what I'm saying? You feel his pains. You are in his shoes. It's not like, but no, what happened to you? Sorry, okay. No. Everything that happens to him is as though it has happened to you. You feel what he feels. You get what I'm saying? What he feels is what you feel. Another empathy is sacrifice. You take the place of that person. You go any length to ensure that that person is what he should be. You get what I'm saying? So you imagine yourself in the shoes of this person. What if I was the one in these shoes? What would I do? So now let me be in the shoes of this person. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or you don't get that? You don't get what I'm saying?
Yes.
When somebody acts as if he's the one, okay, somebody is crying. You don't know why the person is crying, you join the person crying. Do you get what I'm saying? Somebody lost somebody that you don't even know. You also felt the pain that person felt, as if it was somebody you know. Somebody is happy. Usually being happy, even though you know why he's happy. In other words, you empathize. You get what I'm saying? Is you. And everything about you is him. You get what I'm saying? Just like when you have a coin. You know, a coin has two sides, right? The naira and kobo. I mean, also naira and kobo, coin. So can you separate that coin from the kobo side from the naira? You can. Okay, let me shock you. Do you have a voice? Do you all have a voice? You all have a voice. Then also, can you separate your voice from me? Why? Can you separate your voice from me? How do you know it's your competitor that is talking on the phone? Because the voice. Because the voice is him. He is the voice. So that is what empathy is. You don't see, they are inseparable. They feel for themselves. You get what I'm saying? Are you get what I'm saying? Just like you cannot separate voice from your person. The same way you cannot separate yourself from that person. You get what I'm saying? You are inseparable. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Okay, color now. The next color, I pick black. Black denotes, in the power of imagination, black denotes You know what I'm saying? It denotes what?
Evil.
Evil portraits. Now, when I say evil, they may have information, knowledge, but they use it in a very bad way. They use it. When you see somebody doing bad thing, somebody who sits down, while sitting down, is imagining how it's going to hurt you. Someone who doesn't want your progress. You wake up in the morning and he sees you, he speaks. You're coming this way, he sees you, hits you. You bought a car, we shall car this one, and then you get money. You did this, they talk. They just want your downfall. They speak evil about you. You get that thing. Everything about that person is wickedness. Everything about that person is an information to bring you down. Falsehood, lying on you, lying at you, lying, just you get what I say. Anything negative to the existence of man is referred to as black when it comes to imagination power. Are you getting what I say? That's why when you are dreaming, when you are imagining, don't imagine to see something black. Color, be what? Black. Are you getting me? Now let's go to red. What's the color of your blood?
Red.
Why is it red? You ever ask so why is my blood red? Okay, in the power of imagination, what does the color of it signifies inspiration. I am inspired to become this. I love the way Mr. Ayo dances. I want to dance like he dances. I love the way Mr. Ayo presents. I want to present the way he presents. I love you, my protector talks. I want to talk the way you talk. I love the way this segment is going. When I grow up, I also want to prepare something. Inspiration. Are you getting me? You're inspired. That's one thing. Another thing that the red signifies is passion. What did I say?
Passion.
Passion. Nobody stops a passionate man except himself. When a man is passionate about something, he will go all out for it. In other words, what does passion imply? Passion implies a burning desire. A desire to get that thing that you want. You get what I say? So, red means inspiration, red means passion, red also means love. Also means what?
Love.
Love. Have you know what love means? Simple definition of love is sacrifice. What did I say?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Do you know what it means to sacrifice? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. So who said that believe in him? Shall not perish but what? For God so loved the world. Now when you love somebody, you sacrifice something for that person. In other words, you share what you have. You get what I say? That's sacrifice. So red implies inspiration, passion,
Passion.
love, and motivation in life. And what? Motivation. What is motivation? A driving force inside of you that pushes you beyond your human understanding to achieve something. What is driving you to become what you want to become? What you intend to do? Why do I want to do this? Why won't I do it? If this man does it, why can't I do it? It brings about your imaginative power. The ability to invent and innovate. Because when you invent, you're creating something that never existed before. When you invent, it means you have the ability to do something that never existed before. When you innovate, you means you are creating a new method to implement what you just created, what you just invented. Once it's something that never existed, and now it's a method that never existed. You get what I'm saying? When something never existed and you brought it into life, it becomes invention. And you get what I'm saying? You need something to push you. Now, your motivation can come from the inside of you. and can come from somebody. But the stronger one is the one that comes from you. That is your will. You cannot talk about imagination power without talking about the will power of the mind. Without talking about the mind of the man. You get what I'm saying? Because that is where the memory works. But when you look at memory, memory is a faculty. When you look at memory, memory is a faculty where data are what? Encoded, stored, and retrieved where needed. You say, do you have a memory? Yes. What is your memory? That memory is that faculty of the mind where data are what? Encoded, stored, and retrieved where needed. Memory is that faculty of the mind where data are what? Encoded, stored, and what? Retrieved where needed. What does it mean to encode? Ability for you to interpret something. Ability for you to be able to what? Interpret something. Get the picture of what you see. You interpret what the picture is. You now store it in a place which is your mind. From there, if you need it, you go there and you see. The mind of a man is one of the greatest assets God has given us. That is why the scripture says, you need your mind daily. And that one says, guard your heart with all diligence. Because out of it lies what? The issues of life. Because that mind is like a fertile soil. The soil that is fertile. Whatever you plant it to, it will do what? It will grow. So, how many colors have I talked about?
3.
Now let me talk about purple.
Purple.
Is it purple or purple? Purple. Alright. You see, amongst all the color, for me, purple is the most preferred color.
The most perfect color?
Yes.
Wow.
I thought you were going to ask me why.
Why?
Because why is why? Why is purple the most perfect and preferred color? Because purple combines both the blue color and the red color to make life meaningful. You see, when purple combines red and what? Blue. The ability to be inventive and innovative. What is blue? Blue means you have the ability to bring information in. You have the ability to bring ideas in. You have the ability to bring concepts in and invent that will be meaningful to you. That's not all. You now have blue plus red. Red shows love. You know, when you love somebody, you can achieve anything. What do you know that?
Yes.
Love conquereth multiple of sins. As long as you love somebody genuinely, and as long as you love what you do, nobody can stop you, no matter what you do. Because your heart is pure. I get it. You only know one thing. It talks about inspiration. It talks about motivation. Now, if I add motivation, inspiration, love, and passion, plus information, plus concept, plus idea, plus meaningful events, how takes me to be? How can you tackle this person? The man who has knowledge, who has wisdom, who has knowledge, who has wisdom, who has understanding, to the man who only has knowledge. Who is better off? Somebody has 3 plates of food, another person has 1 plate of food. Who is better off?
The person that has 3 plates.
Somebody has 1 plate and somebody has 3 plates, and you are men you want to eat. Who do you think will help you more? Who do you think you rush after? 3 plates. Because the place is big and you go benefit. I like that.
A round of applause for Mr. Ayo. What an insightful and interesting session that we have with you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Mr. AYODELE Endurance Olobo, who is an experienced financial business administrator, is a management research consultant and data business analyst. He's the founder of SOWWISE Consult, an affiliate of SOWWISE International Academy. So, Mr. AYODELE and the others, we have a game to play with my students.
Hold on, not gonna beat me. What do you beat me, Sha?
The game is called Charade,
Okay.
based on power of imagination.
Okay.
So I will call out 4 students. They will join you. We are going to group into 2.
Okay.
One group A and group B. So I will write a particular occupation in a paper and show you to one of your representatives. So you're going to demonstrate it
Okay.
without saying it.
Okay.
So you must be able to imagine and get what is projecting. That's power of imagination.
I have to imagine it.
Yes, you have to imagine it with your team member.
Okay.
So pupils and students, are you ready?